first met Nancy at a house party. I saw this skinny little thing sitting quiet as a mouse in a chair, smiling shyly at everyone. And I wondered to myself, who on earth had brought this 15-year-old to an adult's party? Little did I know that a couple of years later we would become such good friends.
First and foremost, Freddie, who by default already has 2 children, is an amazing father. Now, Freddie is an interpret.
An intrepid spirit, someone like Freddie, someone brave, a maverick who comes out in the middle of nowhere and makes something out of nothing into something beautiful.
We started out knowing Nancy and Frederick, a couple very much in love. And they are now the perfect family. It's now Nancy, Frederick, and 2 beautiful children, Chloe and Neil. Nancy and Frederick, I'm so very happy for you that you found each other. And you complement each other. You're like sweet and sour chicken. Frederick is sour, Nancy is sweet, and together they make magic. It just works. You've had a fairy tale wedding, and my wish for you is that it lasts forever. So may you both live happily ever after. Nancy and Frederick.
It was a very good moment. Some very good beers from the tap. And then with me and my brother and the friends, I think we have never drunk so fast. We were really thirsty. I think it was really the stress again, so it really went. Yeah, and then we just chatted. And then from there everything went smoothly. Because now you're in it, you know.
I was actually very relaxed until the time I called my parents, and they had still not moved. They were doing the Kenyan time. I think they were planning to leave the hotel where they were staying at around 3, and normally that is the time the function was starting. And I was really stressed because I was like, you guys have to really come here right now. So I was really hurrying them. So that's when my stress started. But they made it. 20 minutes later, but they made it. 20 minutes late, but they made it. And then I turned and I saw the sky was starting to turn. And it was not nice. But I think so many people were praying. And that it moved. And we had a perfect weather, so it was good.
It's funny because I did not know why she was late. And she didn't tell me. Actually, it was her family. I thought it was her hair. I forgive her. But now I have to review. I did not know. Yeah, but I saw them coming in late, like, and really slow. Eh?
But it was raining in Diani and they were staying in Diani, so...
Okay.
Yeah. It was actually very nice because it was a dress that I wanted and I got it, so to put it on, and he had not seen it, so I was very curious to see his face when he sees me walking down. So it was actually, yeah, it was nice. So I measured myself and the dress came exactly my fit, so I didn't even have to adjust anything.
We also went only at 3 o'clock because we knew they were going to be late. And then, yeah, we just stayed waiting and waiting.
I wanted frangipani, and then a few minutes, like 20 minutes before I walk down, they bring for me roses. and I refused to carry.
Really?
Yes. And the gardeners had to go and climb trees. so they found frangipanis for me. I'm so happy. I find it very beautiful. I find it very scented, and it's something from here. You know, roses. You can find it anywhere, but frangipani is really known for the coast, especially this area. We really have the white frangipanis, and I wanted to put it in my hair. So then I didn't want to put roses on my hair, so then I really needed that frangipani.
Deco of the ceremony. Yeah, beautiful. I couldn't figure it out how you would make it so beautiful.
It was everything I was thinking. The way I wanted the flowers to be done, she did it exactly the same way. I wanted in a certain way, and I got it. I've always wanted to walk down the stairs, either in a house and for me the perfect thing was we have the stairs on the beach, and I wanted to walk alone, and I wanted my mom to wait for me down the stairs, and that's how we did it. And for the singing part, we didn't really do the singing part. I wanted it a very quiet, informal, not traditional. I don't know what kind of style I would call it, but that was actually my style. Me walking down the stairs, being met by my mother, and my mother ushering me through to meet Frederick. Walking down the stairs, I had not seen Frederick, but I could see my mother, and I could not stop looking at her face because she was very proud. And for me to make her proud was an achievement, one of the achievements in life that I was very happy about. And when I went down, and then I went down, I could see Frederick, and I didn't cry when I saw my mother, but when I saw Frederick standing there with our daughter, I almost cried. Because our girl was really looking so innocent and so cute there, and Frederick looking at me, and our son was also there. It was really nice. Yeah.
I knew what she liked. I knew she wanted something to fit her body and not too long or so. Yeah, it was breathtaking, especially when she came down. But then I missed her a bit because certain moments she's going too low and then all the people are standing in front of me. So now I'm even looking to her through somebody's iPhone who is taking a movie from her. But then you showed up live again. And then, yeah, I could see you were having difficulties, not crying. So I also had to stay very strong now. We all had to stay strong. Very special was our children being there. Like Chloe sitting there. Of everybody who was here, I think altogether we were what, maybe 100 people minimum at that time. She was the only person who had no clue whatsoever what was going on. And she's just sitting there and she was just enjoying it. It was so cute. You know, I have to take care of her. It's her, actually you're the only daughter.
Yes, I am.
So, okay, it's not like you're dating since a year or two and then you get together. In our case, it's a little bit different because we are together since 8 years and 2 kids, so she already knew that. And our, you know, it's a bit different. I know her mom well, but still, yeah, it's the whole thing. It was nice.
It was nice. I felt like she's the happiest woman. At that moment, I think she was the happiest woman in the world. Because when we got together with Frederick, as every mom, they always want to have a wedding. And we did the opposite. But she always said, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. But I knew deep down in her heart, she always wanted that wedding for her to walk her daughter down the aisle. So I think she really enjoyed it.
Once you sign on this marriage certificate, Frederick, you cannot marry another wife. Yes?
Yes.
We have always been joking about it, you know. Like, especially here also, as a Muslim, you can have 4 wives. And me coming from Belgium, coming here, I'm always asking, like, sometimes I just ask like a joke to people, how many wives do you have? So now when I saw that apparently Uhuru had signed 2 weeks ago the polygamy law, I was like joking again to her, you see, I follow the law, you know, I don't break any rules. So I was like on the winning side again. So I was so surprised that suddenly she says like it's against the law, that I thought actually she was wrong. That's really what I thought. Not that I want more than one wife, but I thought she was wrong.
And I was so happy. I was like, yeah, I got him.
Yeah, and then they talk about 5 years going to jail.
Yeah.
Hey, I suddenly was quiet.
I think now he's not talking about it anymore.
No, it's finished, that story.
You go to jail.
Even after the marriage, I went to her to ask more information about it. You should have seen her face. She was like, this guy, man, he really wanted more than one.
I promise to love you in good times and in bad times.
In sickness, in health, in health.
Well, I felt committed, and for me it has always been a joke, you know. But now I was looking at him and I'm saying, in sickness and in health, for poorer, for richer. And for me, I was looking at him and I'm thinking, come rain, come sunshine, it's me and you. So I felt committed looking at him and saying those words.
Threat has been detected.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard something. Was it not just the installation of the...
No, there was a virus detected. And the virus was called Frederick.
Did you guys do that on purpose?
I didn't know about it.
I heard something.
I had something also, and then it was gone. I don't know where it came from. I think one of our friends played a trick on us. Trick?
No way.
Yes.
It said Frederick virus detected.
Yes.
Strange, man. Maybe we'll never know. Putting on the ring, then you really feel now, this is really getting serious.
I felt I'm on this forever.
A toast to the newlyweds, Fred and Nancy. Cheers!
Yeah, proposal. It was Valentine's, I think 2014, I think. It's 2 years now. We had dinner. As the dinner was coming, he was like, why don't we just do this thing? I was like, what do you mean we just do this thing? He's like, why don't we just get married? I was like, okay, so is that you proposing? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, sawa. I got my ring 1 month later. It's actually how we welcome the guests in our hotel, and that's what we did with our guests. We ushered them in, we gave them a cocktail, we explained to them, you know, they knew what was going on and where was the dinner being done, and the ones who were new, who had never been here, they could see the hotel around. As the rest who were already familiar with the place, they could just mingle before we go and sit down. Yeah. I've never seen my mom dance like that. She actually has moves. I was just telling him that actually my mom has moves. She was really dancing. And Davis was actually the front. He was dancing.
Davis came to me like after half an hour, totally wet of sweat. He was asking me if he could have a shower somewhere.
Oh, but it brought the vibe. It's like we started the party already. Before people went to sit, it was like it had started. So I think some people even didn't want to go and sit down. They just wanted to continue there.
As a hotel, help the community, the local community, especially in education. We had a problem with education. I mean, I couldn't employ enough people from the village. So we have actually a program whereby we ask our guests or propose our guests, first of all, to do a village walk and then to go and see the schools. And then we actually give them an opportunity to sponsor a child. And so far we have 20 children in a school called Nice View, which is at about 3 kilometers only from here. And actually the director of the school, as a wedding present, she gave us the choir to sing for us. Among them are 20 kids.
It was very touching, actually. It was really nice. At first, I wasn't sure. I didn't know how because he didn't tell me about it. I like to be told things in advance. So he wanted to leave it as a surprise, but knowing me, he said, I think he was safe to tell me. So I was like, are you sure? How are they? And I wanted to know more about it. But then I said, let me just give him this. And it turned out very good. I think he was taking a gamble. He was crossing his fingers if I would like it or not. But it was actually very touching. It was very good. Initially, we wanted to do it on the beach where it was open. I don't like tents. I didn't want to put tents. I wanted an open sky. But with this time of the year, you're never sure about the weather. It can just start raining. So we didn't want to gamble. So we had to put the tents. And we couldn't do it on the beach because there was a lot of wind. So the next option was actually where we had put it, and it actually turned out to be the perfect place we could have done it. Everything was easy, and it was actually the perfect place. I wouldn't have. I'm happy we chose there at the end. I wanted more of a rustic. Me and him were more into rustic, I would say, Lamu style, beige, white, off-white colors. So I thought it would be very nice to have shells, brown on the table, a candle, a lot of shells and candles on the table. And that is what, and a lot of nice warm white colors. And that's what we got actually.
You know, Nancy is a very strong character. So my vision was, or my strategy was, let her do as much as possible. which was actually really working, eh?
Yeah.
Because otherwise everything would have been longer. The discussions about everything. Once in a while I just said, look, this or that, I'm not sure about. And that was the location.
Yes.
You can't believe how long we have been talking about it. It was unbelievable. It was like longer than my generator here. I spoke about my generator for 2 years. This was like only for 1 month, but it was so heavy.
That's the only thing we had to discuss. The rest I had to choose myself.
And we discussed it till the evening before. Even when the tents were put, my dad also got involved now. So my dad wanted actually the sitting part, the dinner, he wanted it where the cocktail was. Because there was no wind. It was very windy the last couple of days, except yesterday, thank God.
I refused completely.
So at around 11 o'clock, the guys all said like, okay, we all want to move it now to the front. And then the Belgian Honorary Consul, Lou, came in between. And he's very diplomatic. He's a diplomat a bit, you know, as a Honorary Consul. But he came in then with the thing like, look, maybe it's better down there, but if you move it now, you're gonna create tension. And straight away the guy said, okay, we leave everything the way it is.
Where we are in Munje. and it's actually mamas from around here. So for them, it's a nice support, and they actually come to sing for our guests every Friday, and that was a gift from the villagers to come and give us to sing and give us as a present for them to come and sing for us, and it was nice.
It's actually a nice touch.
It was a very good touch.
It means how well we are welcomed in this area as well.
We wanted to incorporate Swahili and Belgian dishes, and we also wanted to showcase a little bit of what we offer in the hotel, because our food is very, very good. And we wanted to show what is happening in our kitchen. And our staff also made a Belgian dish. It's called
Stoofvlees.
his favorite. It's cooked in beer, no water. And it was also very, very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
We use the lager. We use Tusker. Like the chef went to the drafts, and my dad, every guy wants, when there is a draft, it's like a thing. And my dad was like to the chef, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I need it for the stoofvlees." Oh yeah, it's true. And then he took like an ice bucket full of beer.
Yeah. We served salads. The salads were from the hotel, and the stoofvlees was from the hotel, the beef stew, and the desserts were from the hotel. Yes.
The perfect family. It's now Nancy, Frederick, and two beautiful children, Chloe and Neil, and two geese, and two ducks, and two hamsters, and two turkeys, and two rabbits, and budgies, and 15 dogs.
I've had a few to drink, so it's a bit difficult to read.
Yes, put your hand on top of Nancy's. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be known to all that this is the last time, my brother, you will have the upper hand.
So, Freddie, all I can ask, please, my brother, make sure, the same way you've taken care of your property here, keep on upgrading her lifestyle, keep on maintaining her, and please, for God's sake, service her regularly. A big applause to Samantha Bribal, who are here to cover the whole event. Nancy, today I have lost a brother to you. And all I ask is please to love him, to care for him, to support him, to respect him, and lastly, give him regularly some good jiggy jiggy. Because you know what, Nancy, I have faith in you. Because I believe you're the right woman and the best woman to take care of this young man here. So with that, mad love. Guys, can you have your glasses charged? And men, be upstanding, please. Men. To Freddie and Nancy, may your ups and downs may only be between the shades. And shades as in your bedroom. You get it? Hey guys, to Nancy and Freddie.
It's crazy to stand here. If there was one guy I would have put all my money on that he would not be standing here, it would have been for myself. First of all, I would have lost everything, every penny.
Okay, I made 2 mistakes.
Ah.
Yeah. Huge mistakes, but still, first of all, I should have asked somebody of the Belgian crew to speak, like the guys who I know very long. And then number 2, I also I didn't mention Nicolas, my cousin. And we spent so much time together all our life. And by here, I'm making it up to him. That's actually my plan. So he's gonna laugh when he hears this. Because he actually came to me like, Frederick, But when I do a speech, I do it very much out of my heart, and I actually look around, and that's when I talk about the people I see. So what I'm gonna tell him as well is, make sure in the future you want to be mentioned, position yourself better.
The whole theme was surrounded by a picture that I saw on Pinterest. So I told her, this is my theme, this is my colors, work with this. And I didn't see my cake until when we were going to sit down. I only saw it on a picture, and it was just the way I wanted it. And the taste, just tasted it now actually, I had not tasted it. And it was really nice. And it was also the cake, we were actually doing it as a dessert. At the same time, it had a note to say thank you for being with us for the dinner and for being there for our wedding. So it was serving both a dessert and a party favor.
The cake is fake. Yeah, it's plastic. And there is a part of it, which is real. That's where we cut. And the reason is that you spoil too much otherwise, and it's too long. So you just cut there, and then afterwards, the packages of the same cake are given away. And that's pre-made now. So it goes faster and it's better.
Yeah.
But my guys in the kitchen did not know that. So when the fake cake went back to the kitchen, they tried to cut it now with the silver knife. And they cut so hard, they broke the knife. The knife is broken. So I wonder, I'm going there. I'm wondering, guys, how can you eat a cake that is stronger than a knife?
The whole idea of having the cake behind, to have a fake cake and have a piece, I went around asking how much a cake, and when I showed the picture, a wedding cake is ridiculously priced. That's according to me. I'm thinking, there's no way I'm paying that much just for a cake. Yeah, so I spoke to her and she said, to fit your budget of a cake, why don't we do it like this? Why don't we make a perfect cake the way you want it, and make a small piece where you would cut it, but then make a really nice tasty cake to divide it among the guests. And I thought that is the best idea I've ever had. And it was really nice. And I think it really worked well. I didn't want to pay anything more than, let's say, 20,000. I wanted a good cake, but it should not be more than 20,000. People are talking about 70, 80, 100 for a cake. For me, that was ridiculous. I had to pick shells from the beach, and she made a perfect mold of shells. So the shells were eatable. Yeah.
They ate it in the kitchen, those things. It's true, eh?
Yeah,
everything was still there. We only found the broken knife and the cake with all the shells.
So Frederick had just built this first house, and he was starting to look for staff. So he came to Utali College with his parents, and I went for a normal interview the way anybody would go for an interview. And we were interviewed, about 7 of us, and I think out of the 7 people, he took about 5 of us, and out of the 5, I think we came 3 of us. So then I started like that. I was a chef for about 8 months, and it just started. But for the first 8 months, it was purely professional. Me as a chef, he as a boss.
I remember, like, after 2-3 months, I became in love with her, but she was my employee. So there was a conflict here. But still, you know, she was cooking very well. Love goes also through the stomach. We continued chatting to each other. I had some nice DVDs from Belgium, which were subtitles. We had the same type of humor. In the morning, I was asking her, which episode have you reached? And from one thing came the other, although I had to fight, like fighting. So it took me long, actually, the longest ever for me to fight for something. It took me like 8 months, because we got together in, this is unbelievable, we got together 18th of July 2007, and we are getting married 18th of July.
The after party was very nice. I wanted lights. I always wanted on the beach, but I didn't go to the beach until when I went for the after party, and he had put sand on the dancing floor, and it was very good.
Very nice.
It was very good. We had put the tent thinking it was going to rain, but it didn't really rain, with the funzi chairs and the fireplaces. So it was actually very nice, cozy, relaxed. It was good. It was good. I just wanted to get, now I was just tired of the heavy dress, and I wanted something simple, and it was just something out of my wardrobe. Yeah.
We were down there, it was again another function, another setup. People were curious. The lounge bed for people who just want to relax a bit. And then for others who want to dance, they danced. What I'm very happy about was security, in the sense of we had no accidents, not even one. Because if you combine alcohol with water, pool, the floor is slippery, you know, and then you create a big risk of accidents. So I was so happy, and actually I have to be honest, that was my only worry, big worry.
There were more people from my side than his side because his family is very small. He only has one uncle, one auntie, and a brother, a cousin, and 2 cousins. So his family was less than 12 people. The rest were just friends. Yes, and on my side, I had my mother. There are 7 in their family, and they were all here. And then I had my cousins, and so my family was here. Everybody was here was actually my family. So there were more than his side. We are 2. I have a big brother and me. And my brother is married and he has 3 kids. Unfortunately, my brother could not make it, but the wife came. My brother is with KDF, and he's in Somalia at the moment. So I couldn't make it. But background, my mom is Kalenjin, she's Nandi, and my father is Arab from Malindi. Yes. I actually lived with my mother most of my life, so I'm more of a Nandi than an Arab, because I've lived more in Eldoret than in Malindi, so I associate myself as a Nandi. Yes. My father migrated so many years ago. He went to Eldoret, I think as a young teenage boy, and met my mom and fell in love, but I think due to culture and my mother didn't want to change into Muslim, my father was not ready, you know, and they didn't really part ways, but they drifted apart. Then my father moved to another country for so many years, and so I was raised by my mother actually. So all my life I was raised by my mother. So I actually didn't know my father until I was about 18 years old. So let's say between 16, I was around Form 4. So that's when I actually met my father for the first time. And ever since, he's now part of my life actually. Unfortunately, my dad didn't make it. I don't blame him because I know he does a lot of community work. Because today is Eid and my father is a very staunch Muslim. We didn't have a wedding coordinator. We were doing it, we were about, I would say 6 couples, and we divided jobs among us, among the friends, and it was all done. And on the last day, now the wedding itself, one of our very good friends, Julie, she was running around making sure everything was going well, and it all went well. Whatever she managed to do, I think I could not pay her enough. It was,
True.
I didn't see any fault. Whatever happened behind, I don't know, but for me, everything, and I think for you also, everything was just the way we wanted. She did a good job.